Hello everybody and welcome back to Student Budgets. I hope everyone's enjoying the month of June so far. However, in today's video we are going to be reviewing the past month because as much as it's important to make the budget for the month, it's also important to look back and reflect and maybe take some tips from what we've looked at in the past month. Oh, that's perfect. We've actually opened up on the right page. So this here is the layout that we have for the past month and it looks mostly okay. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 no spend days, which is our joint record with March. So I'm pretty happy with that because that is over 50%, which is always my goal for each month, is to try and have over 50%. So this would obviously be 15 or 16 and we've really done well with that, so I'm really happy about that. And we are going to have a little look in a minute at this here. However, we're going to quickly just look at the check-ins. So in terms of the check-ins in the past month, I've just realized something. Hang on, I've just realized something that I haven't done. Yes, I'm sorry. Just need to quickly sort that. I didn't put highlighter on that. Sorry. Just noticed that when I was looking, I was thinking that looks wrong. But as I was saying, this is the past month check-ins. And as you can see, we did overspend in both categories of groceries and out. And that's mainly just because it was okay until once I finished my exams. Once I finished my exams, at times I was just so bored. I'd literally go outside and go into town for the sole reason of I am bored, I'm going to go into Tesco and I'd buy some random stuff, or on top of that, if I needed like one thing, I'd go in and buy like quite a bit. So that's that. However, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at this here. So I'm going to zoom you in so you can see what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get a different colour pen and we're going to basically review what we've actually spent this month and see how close we were to this £286.59 target. So let's get straight into that. Okay, so I've zoomed you in, but I have moved it up just a bit just because I don't want it to look all weird. So, have I got a calculator? I'm also going to need one of them probably, which I may or may not have. If not, we will have to do some mental maths. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do that. So, in terms of subscriptions, we did spend our normal £2.19 or 18, whatever it is. And we also spent £5.99 on Spotify. I am going to cancel that from this month onwards because I only wanted to do an exam season just because it helps us focus. And when it's adverts, I usually will zoom out of focus. So that's my main reasoning for that. And I didn't mind that. I might look back and get it again if I want to. I'll just see how I go over the summer with it when I haven't really got exams on or anything like that. So that's 6, 7, 8, £8.17, I believe. 8.17 if actually I look back at the previous month. It'll tell us. No, it won't. Yes, I remember why. Okay. No, that can't be right. 2.19. 5.99. Oh wait, no, yes, it is. Sorry, it is. I think. 5.99 to. Okay, just gonna have to go with it, hopefully. Laundry. Oh, you know what? I am going to try and find this calculator because it's going to kill us. I found it. Weirdly in a random drawer for some reason. I don't know why I put it there. But anyways, in terms of laundry, we spent £8.80, £4.40, and I did spend £4.90 just to try and see what the bit more expensive wash was like and whether or not it was worth it. And it was okay, but I think it might just be a placebo effect, where if you think it works, but it really doesn't do anything. And hobbies, I spent nothing. And if you've seen the budget video for June, I don't think I budget anything for that because I'm going to decide to do it in probably July, if I'm correct. Yes, because basically my thinking was that once I'm in the house next year, I don't really want to buy anything yet. The only thing I'm going to buy is my budget. I'm not going to get one of these booklets for the next 2 months just because it's going to be more of a weekly budget, but that'll all be explained and you'll see that probably. So altogether we had £18.10 and £8.17, which came to, that's not correct, 8.17 and 18 and 18.10. Wants to work 26.27. Perfect. Spending, we did do 50. Even though most of it I definitely didn't spend, but that goes into my little penny savings challenge, which will be filled up whenever I am back home, probably, whenever that will be. And groceries, we did go over. We went over by 1941. So altogether, including the £90, I spent 109.41, which is a lot more than usual. However, I think that's because of exams. So, and I explained, obviously, once I've finished exams, I got a bit more bored and would just walk into town for anything. On top of that, during exam season, obviously, I'd be like, I can buy what I want. I'm not too fussed. And it could be very expensive at times when you get like really expensive like pain au chocolats pretty much every day. But that's okay. And then, okay, so out and social, so altogether, sorry, that is 109.41 at 50, 159.41, which with the 27, 185.68. So self-care, we obviously, all of this, which is all in cash, always gets put in, so that's been that. Travel, which we'll quickly just go through now, 110, 220, 330, £3.30, lovely. And we spent £19.15, which basically was on the last day. If we didn't go out on the last day, that wouldn't have happened, but I was allowed to, and I wasn't going to stop myself. So that was £89.15 altogether. So £89.15, add £5, add 10, add 5, add £3.30, add 5 is 117.45. The buffer, we'll just say came to 0 because it will just get included elsewhere, if that makes sense. So 117.45 at 185.68 came to, so close, £303.13. Okay, so, you know, I'm not massively mad about that. Let's have a little look at the past month. So that's it kind of there, if you can see all that in there, 303.13. Last month, let me have a little look. Considering that I was at home, we did also spend a little bit upwards. And by the looks, we spent roughly about the same upwards, just. So, I'm not massively mad about that. That is how much of a difference is that? I think it's important to work out. 286.59, £16.54, 16.54 more. Okay, so realistically, it's not bad, is it? It's really not too bad. I'm not too annoyed with that. I'm pretty happy with it, actually. Obviously, with the coming month, I've tried to budget roughly the same. So we'll have to see how that goes. Hopefully that goes quite well, though. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Okay, so that's that there. So in terms of our goals for the past month, we did complete that. We did fail this one, and the low spend month I think was mostly there. There was the odd spend or two which was a little bit more, but nothing major, and there was a couple of additional spends in there, so things like shoes, but that came out from somewhere else. So that comes from a separate thing that's not included in this budget. It came out one of my sinking funds for the ball I saved up for, which was for the winter, but I didn't go, and I'm going to go with the summer one. So basically the money from the winter got transferred to the summer. That had money in there for an outfit which I needed for that as well, which I've got coming up in a couple of weeks time. So that's really exciting. So what I'm also going to do now is I'm just going to very much, I think what I might do is I might speed time lapses, and then like I'll talk over it maybe. I think I might do that. I can't remember what you call it. So I'm going to do that now. So let's get started with that right now. Okay, so this is editing me. So what we look at first of all is I split up the percentages. So we had 8% for bills, 53% from envelopes, and 39% from sinking funds. And that equals 100%. So I'm now going to colour it in. And thankfully, the first one goes very neatly. The second one starts off very neatly, and then I get really bored really quickly. So I basically just rush through it instead, and it looks fine. Now, unfortunately, my third colouring, which I had to do for sinking funds, I think it is, my pen ran out halfway through, so it's going to look a bit weird, but it's going to have to do. I'm not that fussed. I then go through my reflections and give myself the positives and negatives for the month. And after that, I give myself 4-star rating for the month. So that's great for that. We have reached the end of today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I really hope that I motivated people to do their own end of budget checks. I'd love to know what people do themselves when it gets to the end of the month. Do people do things like this? Do you look back? Do you set goals? Do you impact the budget in whatever way? I'd love to hear it. And thank you so much for watching. Take care, know that you matter, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to check out any of the other videos, and remember to subscribe. Thank you.